After Hours. After hour of these years.
Still crazy after ARG.
It's so crazy after hour of these years, yeah.
Yar.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct response.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Here we go. Hi. Once upon a groove on an old soul tune. I watch the pen move to shape the breakthroughs. My crew makes moves, maneuver in the right direction. The rest of you get left behind and messed up in this session.
How many times have you had a human mentioned
What?
for someone's spirit animal? Was Shannon
this
Sossamon
would
your
be the
first
first.
human?
I think Shannon Sossamon was the first one, yeah. Which really just means Catwoman to me, so. I mean, in my perfect world, yeah. I think that's it. I think that's the only one who was.
Yeah. Well,
She wasn't, but she would have been perfect for it.
She'd been a good Catwoman.
Yeah, I think so.
She's just not a very good actress, but she's so pretty.
Sure.
She's still around? Is she still doing stuff?
I don't think so. She did like Wrist Cutters, a love story.
That was the last thing I remember her
saw
too, yeah.
Wasn't she in that movie where Josh Hartnett can't jerk off?
Yeah, yeah. She always kind of plays the same, like, bitchy.
It was a documentary, I think.
girl.
yeah.
Oh, she was in
Rules of
Kiss
Attraction.
Bang Bang.
She was in that movie with Heath Ledger, Knight's
Knight's Tale.
Tale. Yeah, it was there.
She's in that really big piece of shit, Pulse.
Don't know what that is either.
It's,
It was a big piece of shit.
it was
Apparently.
a huge piece of
All the
shit.
movies she
Critics
did.
say that it was a big piece of shit.
The New York Times raves. Stinking shit pile.
They'll probably make a Criterion collection of it.
Oh yeah.
They always pick the shittiest movies to make.
Disney will,
Packed with a turd.
Disney will open up the vault. Yeah.
Only once in 50 years.
Right. Does this piece of shit ever make the light of day?
Like
Order now.
Who's the guy that did Scream? Wes Craven. He put his name on Pulse, I think, to try and sell seats, and it's
It didn't work.
And why would
seats
that do anything?
were not so well.
Money. He got paid.
Probably.
But the Scream was not like. She was not a good film.
What Scream?
Yeah.
It was a big deal though.
First one was pretty. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
pretty big deal.
Oh,
That's the #1 cell phone movie that would have been destroyed. Scream.
Actually,
they did a little
I
at
thought
the
about that
end.
too, because Scream, like, the whole point was calling you at the house. It's like, well, what if you call the number and I'm in a movie or something? It did completely fucking
Well,
pointless.
that's the thing. Or he'd call the house phone and just be like, I don't have anyone selling. No one has a landline anymore.
Right,
Like,
right.
It's just yeah.
It's funny. My buddy, Scream came out. My buddy managed to get a date with some girl, and she would not go on the date with him unless her friend also had a date to it. So I was nominated to go on a blind date to Scream.
Yeah, the extended wingman.
Yeah. So she sat there and was whispering to herself the entire thing, saying, "It's not real. It's not real. It's not real." The
Nice.
entire movie.
Man.
You guys should have picked
Marriage-
a better. She
marriage
was like,
material.
Pretty amazing.
I'm gonna bring my
It's
friend who
pretty
needs a
amazing.
date. By the
Yeah.
way, she's horrified of scary movies.
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
doesn't do well.
Yeah,
You guys will totally
We've been
get
married
along.
for 18 years, so just kidding. That wasn't you, Mountain. That was not you.
Like Colleen can't even hear a scary movie on the background. Like I mean, so I just I can't. I haven't seen a scary movie in ages, unless I leave or unless.
Well,
yeah,
there's
she's
always
wrong.
wireless headphones.
Well,
There
Andrea,
is that.
Andrea can't go to sleep unless a scary movie's on. So,
Or 30 Rock.
or 30 Rock, of course. Yeah.
You can't go to sleep unless someone's getting their tits cut off.
Yeah.
The sound of a chainsaw
Or
just puts
Liz
her right
Lemon's
out.
being funny.
Yeah.
Or-
That's adorable.
Is this violent enough, honey? You tucked in? Okay. I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom.
Travis, will you turn on some South Korean revenge movies for me?
Okay. Love you. Here's your chamomile.
No, the one with the squirting tits.
None of this pussy shit.
And the night's new, what a feeling, what a nice mood. A bam, boom, rock, we're here to rock you. It's like, damn, what a vibe, woo. I got my old soul shoes, tripping on this deep groove. And the night's new.
All right, well, while we're goofing off, so here's a couple of other things that happened this year, in case we all forgot. Entertainment. Cool things. Breaking Bad obviously changed television forever.
Yeah.
No spoilers, please. I just finished season 4. Sorry.
Oh, then you're...
Yeah, very behind.
Well, I'm not gonna give. It's not a spoiler, but it's fucking great.
Yeah.
So.
Well, as good as season 4 is at the end, and you go, oh, I can stop right now? No, season 5
no,
is so much better.
Yeah,
It's
definitely not.
It's
slowing
ridiculous.
down. Yeah.
Won't stop.
Yeah.
Can't stop. Won't stop. Nike app. Yeah.
Netflix becoming a game changer as far as developing programming.
Oh yeah, sure. That's a good
Well,
one.
rocky start, but they've they've gotten better.
Oh yeah.
Well,
House of Cards. Orange is the New
2013
Black.
Yeah, House
being
of Cards is
the
House of
big
Cards good,
push,
but
yeah.
Hemlock Grove did not keep me.
No,
I
no.
don't know.
I actually wound up enjoying Hemlock Grove, but it's really badly acted.
Would you recommend finishing it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just the whole idea of cord cutting really kind of taking shape this year. And
Cord
being
cutting.
cutting off cable and going to watch Netflix
Oh, yeah.
to do more
Yeah, sure.
downloads, to do more streaming video.
Sure.
It's starting to turn the entertainment industry a little bit, which is interesting.
Well, and that's really
It'll be interesting to see how TWC and like AT&T change their distribution model, like as opposed to here's cable.
It really
Does
depends.
it become more of a salad bar in the future?
I believe whatever HBO decides will be the determining factor, and I think they're starting interested in more independent things.
There's been rumblings that they're
Yeah.
finally like, okay, well, we could probably sell HBO Go by itself to
Yeah.
people who just want to pay for
And I
that.
think
I totally would give them my money.
Yeah.
for
I
that.
know, I would
Well,
have too, and I was like,
and I think if they do that, that will change the game considerably.
That's why he's the best punk rock star of our generation.
That's right.
can't figure out how to monetize that.
Well, and that's why there was a post here on Wired, the 30th of December, still talking about how it's the most torrented show of
Yeah,
the,
Game
of
of
the
Thrones.
year.
Which
you
one
know?
is?
Game of Thrones is. Yeah.
It's the most torrented.
the most torrented. It's
Yeah,
the most
it was
pirated.
the most pirated
Yeah.
show, and they got like,
To a ridiculous degree.
And the thing about it is, if you would charge me, fuck, I'd pay $20 a month for
Yeah,
HBO.
the
I would-
season
I mean,
3
Do
finale
you
of
have
the
someone's
show.
HBO
and-
Go password? It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
The season 3 finale of the show had 5.9 million downloads.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that's ridiculous, you know.
Right.
And
I
if-
was not one of them.
no, of course not. I mean,
No.
not of course.
Nobody
I would
here
never.
was.
yeah, we all
By
went,
any means,
either
yeah.
have it or went to a GOT watching party.
That's right.
Yeah, so,
But no, I think if
Yeah, you know
Long
me.
time HBO subscriber with my cable package.
no, really, if HBO
My name is
turns,
Justin
that will
McCready.
change the game. 'Cause
Can I ask a question to you, Travis?
Yep.
Well, when do you think we're going to get to the point where the actual companies themselves on their big old internet pipes are going to start downloading their own stuff to inflate those numbers?
Probably immediately. Probably
Yeah.
before. I mean,
Well,
this,
but what's interesting though is
I'm going to let you talk.
the DVR numbers don't they not get counted when you're trying to do ratings and
they do for 7 days.
they do for the
they-
first 7
okay,
days.
all
Yeah,
right.
if you watch it in the 7 days.
because if you're trying to
I'm not in it yet.
They're not even on.
And that's
right
an
now.
unfortunate situation too, because it should easily should be relevant for longer than that. But I mean, they're really just trying to figure out when are people going to watch it within that week. They don't care about it otherwise.
Well, see, 'cause
but they should. They
the
really
way I
fucking should.
digest my shows is I always, watch them in blocks of 3 or 4 episodes at
Right,
a time.
right,
so,
right.
yeah,
Right. But the DVR ratings, like, the reason why they do the 7 days thing is because it counts on, like trying to, like, when it's recording it, like, regardless of when you actually watch it on the device itself, after it's been done, it recorded the night that it played or
Right.
whatever. Like, that's
and
what
that does
counts.
count as like a
No,
viewer.
no, it
for-
doesn't. No,
No, only if it's played back
only if it's
within
played
7
back
days.
within 7 days.
How would they possibly know?
According to Joel
They know.
McHale, yeah, of course, yeah, because those boxes are really smart.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's the reason why
Well,
there's
if they're really
patents
smart,
to keep
I
you
would
from being
just
able to fast
say-
forward through commercials.
Because
and
I
like,
remember, did you say McHale had said something about
yeah,
that?
Joel
'Cause
McHale said that was the biggest thing about Community is that a lot of people were either if they didn't steal it, they would watch it on Hulu, but more often than not, they would just DVR it and then not watch it for a long
months,
time.
yeah. And I know Hardwick was talking about the difference between Nielsen ratings and DVR numbers,
Yeah,
and
yeah. And it's so
stupid.
so
Like,
archaic.
Why wouldn't you just say, "Hey, this motherfucker's like recording this to watch it whenever"?
Well,
like,
that
he has
counts.
intentions of watching.
That'd
it.
Yeah.
well, that'd be unfair ratings too, because I mean, we had DVRs in the past where you just grab stuff and you wind up deleting it. Like I know I have.
Yeah.
Or like I want to watch Daily Show whenever it comes on, and then I just wind up deleting a bunch of Daily Shows because I'm just so far behind in everything I want to
I
watch.
don't know. I
So,
can't.
I mean,
I don't know.
it's too easy to look at passive
Like,
numbers
when
instead
I
of.
when I had a DVR, I just made a really big effort not to download shit I didn't want.
Sure, but that doesn't happen if you have a TiVo, for example. TiVo.
I had a TiVo.
When you start with a TiVo, what does it do? It gives you recommendations and it starts downloading just
Right,
random stuff.
which I completely
which
ignore.
you will disable and you ignore. But that's the
Yeah.
point. Is like if it's just looking at the downloads, then it's the numbers are wrong. I mean, the statistics are incorrect.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean
for the people
that's
actually like
a logical
for the,
concept.
for the actual like cable companies who are dishing out the actual DVRs themselves. I find it fucking hard to believe they couldn't figure that out.
Well, I mean, do you guys even think there's any credence to the whole? What about individual networks that are like, you know what, we don't want to be a part of cable, or we're gonna have our own app.
The a la
or-
carte.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and just be like, we're gonna sell our service for.
Honestly,
that would be not. That's
I
something
would
I've
like to
always
believe
wanted.
that's the next generation of television. It's going to be
Because we've got the delivery systems,
Yeah.
the Rokus, the gaming consoles, the
Yeah.
internet.
The hard
sure.
part is fighting the conglomerates because they're so freaking big. Time
Well,
Warner controls
right.
the pipes, so they. That's an
And
example.
there's also the concern for me anyway is it's smaller. You know, you're not going to lose Food Network, but you know, if you like a show on like Noggin, is Noggin as good as another kids show that's trying or kids network that's trying? Like, you might lose some really good funding or really good because people are not picking up those stations anymore.
Well, what will most likely happen is, let's say you open the door so everything could be a la carte. Day one, it becomes a la carte. Over time, it becomes conglomerated, consolidated
Sure.
into several packages again.
Right.
But I still love and I still look forward to it. I still believe there's a chance for the opportunity to not have to be tied to your cable company as the provider for that entertainment.
Right.
I really hope that happens.
Well, I think ESPN is going to be the biggest problem with that with that idea too. Because
Which one?
having ESPN in general. I mean, that's the main
ESPN,
reason why
ESPN 2, ESPN 10,
all of that
14.
stuff is.
The Ocho.
That's the reason why cable's so
The Ocho.
expensive. Because
Ocho.
The
It's
real
one of the reasons.
problem.
Actually,
it's
that's a huge
one of the
part.
major reasons that cable's so expensive because ESPN has a solid landing on everything, anything sports.
And ESPN
you know?
is tied to sports, which are tied to local
Right.
communities, which generate a lot of local revenue.
Right,
Which is
right.
But even like now, but if I were to buy, and this is gonna sound completely naive because I don't watch sports, but you know, you buy those NFL tickets, those NBA tickets, or whatever. Are those separate from ESPN, or do they have their hand in that
They're
as
separate.
well?
Oh,
They're
well,
separate. Because I was gonna say, if
They are, I
You can
think,
get tickets
all
for the
part
bars, right,
of
but-
NFL Network, which
Right.
is exclusive to Dish. And it comes with Dish, or you can buy it as a package separately on Time Warner.
because I mean,
or
if
Verizon
people
or
like, if they're
Comcast.
like huge junkies and they want to watch every game, they don't necessarily need ESPN for
But
that.
it-
Like,
well,
Well, you
in that
still
case-
get ESPN without HD,
Yeah.
without
Well,
getting the HD packages, for
specifically
example.
with the
right.
NFL thing, that actually is part of NFL Network, which is, I believe, in some weird partnership with the actual NFL.
right.
So it's
Yeah.
so there's money going back to the commissioner somehow. That is directly from the commish. Yeah.
No, that's a question.
Oh no, is Longhorn Television still a thing? Remember when Matt had Longhorn
The
Television?
Longhorn Network is
Unfortunately,
So-
yes, it
Yeah,
still
and it's-
exists.
yeah.
That's a thing. Okay,
And it's-
just curious.
And
That's all
it's-
I have to
And I
add.
think Time Warner Cable finally stopped pushing back, and I think they have it now.
believe they have it
because
now,
was
yeah.
just AT&T. Like Time
Yeah.
Warner Cable was like, we don't want it.
Yeah.
So,
Once again, sports.
but what's funny is like,
Sports ruins everything.
yeah, but in Austin, Texas, they were like, we don't want it. So then they started hemorrhaging customers, and then
Yeah.
I mean,
That was actually going to redact. That's my favorite story of 20 whatever. Is the
Longhorn TV
thing.
saga.
See all those goals and stuff. Yeah, I like those things.
We're here to rock you.
All right, moving on. There's a couple other things that were kind of cool. The Boston bombing,
Big winner. Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Boston bombing.
pressure cookers.
obviously Obamacare,
Pressure cookers or crock pots?
Pressure cookers.
Pressure cookers.
government shutdown,
Doesn't matter. The government made
Supreme
it.
Court shooting down DOMA.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't flim flam the Zim Zam.
No.
George Zimmerman, buddy.
yeah. No, he is his own worst enemy, though.
See, Detroit closed for business. The IRS getting nailed for targeting Tea Party. On,
Yeah.
Which nothing ever happened with that. So, yeah, government.
There were some resignations.
Yeah. Okay.
CIA suddenly realizing they've been using black highlighter.
Let's see.
Oh shit, guys!
Carlos Danger.
Oh, yes, Carlos.
The Jodi Arias trial,
And, of course, the
which was.
Is that the girl that
Crazy.
got stabby in Arizona?
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Stabby and shooting?
Stabby and shooting. Yeah.
the continued
27 stabbing?
legacy of the Mandela sign language.
There was no shooting. Apparently, if you don't tip and you your check on Reddit, things happen.
Whatever happened with the blowback when that guy found out to be
the majority of those were found out to be fucking fake.
Was there a majority or only the one we
Like
know?
no,
of?
there was like 3 of them total.
Okay, I got
There was
that.
one that was the African American, and then
Yeah.
another one who was a lesbian.
Yeah.
And there was a third one that.
I don't support your lifestyle tip.
Yeah.
yeah, that was all fake.
Yeah, Yeah, but did anything happen with the person that tried to pawn it off as? I mean, I guess did she lose her job at the restaurant?
I mean, but it happens.
The lesbian one,
does
the
happen,
latest
but-
one, had to return all the money that she was going to donate to. People sent her, she was going to donate, and didn't donate shit of it.
Oh,
and
whoops.
she had to wind up returning all that money. That's all I heard.
The Red Lobster one?
I don't think
The Red Lobster
No,
was
Red
the
Lobster-
African American woman, right? That
That was one that raised like $10,000 for.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, then apparently the UN officially released officially acknowledged that climate change is humans' faults.
The UN did. No.
Yeah, well, there was some
Something
study.
like a 90% statistic or something, or
Yeah,
it's caused by.
but it's actually with the UN as a body. So
Well,
however many
America
countries-
doesn't pay attention to the
No, which actually is true, but
We
but
own it.
apparently 170 other countries said yes, we all agree humans cause climate change.
And the really fun thing about the other 170 countries is that 99% of them have much better science than we do.
way better education.
Much better
Yeah.
education in general, but science and maths.
hey, no child left behind.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, thank God. I mean,
No kid will fail high school, no matter how dumb they are. We promise you that.
2020, all of our children will have a reality series. All be a football star.
They'll have their own show on MTV,
Thank
That's
you.
the worst
and they'll
Obama
be
that I've ever
pregnant.
Yeah, they sounded more like JFK, dude.
done. Yeah.
Right.
Or Mayor
you.
Quimby. Too, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Didn't see her in
The
there.
old man's voice will be stricken from the record.
Shout out. Oh, I'm gonna like this.
Quimby.
Say it, Frenchie. Shout out.
The Patton Oswalt
Even
tweet
though-
thing was really great too.
That was really, really good. That happened to us.
I'm
yeah,
better
yeah.
than you. I am not.
Actually, that's worth reading. It's 'cause the feature's fantastic.
Yeah.
This.
You are all
Uproxx's
made of
favorite internet
stars.
wizard. A Twitter group called Brander, a service app that creates conversation about your product through social influence, tried to contact Patton Oswalt by tweeting, "I'd love to invite you to get paid to tweet for awesome brands targeted at comedians and comedy fans. Direct message us." Patton Oswalt said, "Can we cut out the middleman and just have you guys take a big wet shit right on my soul? Might save time, period." And then a little bit more time, he's like, "Hey, I might have been a little harsh, you guys. Let me send you some examples of my awesome brand tweeting. Ready? Popcorn. Back with peanuts, Snickers really gets them in the van and keeps them in the van. Tired of tooth and animal from loss from bulimia? The roaring bout of diarrhea from Taco Bell keeps your smile fresh. The great taste of Sun Chips won't make you forget that handsy counselor at sailing camp, but they're still good. If you hate static cleaning as much as God hates gays and women, then Bounce Fresh Dryer Seats are a must."
But I love every single one of it was at Brander.
Yeah,
like-
at brand, yeah. Last one, guys. Integrity is like a pink, unsullied vagina. Let BA influencers grab the cock of compromise balls deep. Fuck off. Hashtag fuck off. And Oswald is the guy you just don't really fuck with on Twitter.
And the night's new, what a feeling, what a nice mood. A bam, boom, rock, we're here to rock you. It's like, damn, what a vibe, woo. I got my old soul shoes, tripping on this deep groove.
Okay, Travis, this Halloween, do you want to turn your entire neighborhood into a Diagon Alley? And we can do... We can just, like... Yeah, we can... In front of everybody's house, like, without consent or anything, like, without their
Like
knowledge.
owls and cages and
And then you and me can just dress up like fucking wizards
Okay.
and walk up and down your street.
Yeah, sure.
Just, or you could do, if you're gonna do that whole like hijack a neighborhood street theme, you do Escape from New York. Just get a lot of like wrecked out
that's a good
cars
idea.
and like
There you go.
burning tires.
Well,
Yeah.
mix them up. I'll be Snake Plissken and Diagon Alley. You know?
sure. Escape from Diagon Alley.
yeah.
Escape from Hogwarts.
We lost the president. President of what? Yeah.
President of the Magic Council.
President of the Ministry of Magic.
The Minister of the Ministry of Magic.
Bane saves Hogwarts.
Batman saves it.
Stop
Bane takes over. Hogwarts.
wizard.
I'm so excited for you.
Take it back.
I want a voice modulator.
I feel
If
like
anyone's the
that's-
bad guy here, Voldemort.
very important perhaps, at Drunkhouse Live.
careful, you're teetering on Sean Connery there.
Yeah, it's
So does Bane.
yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
totally accurate at that point.
Tom Hardy to
Well,
a
Tom,
T.
I'm not joking about wearing Dockers with me. I just want someone to do that with me every year. No one will
feel
commit.
like
I want a
every-
weekend at Bernie's.
I feel like every quarter I'm gonna make a couple of phone calls and be like, well, I guess you're not in danger of fucking up your Halloween costume, but I'll call you on the 30th of March and June and just be like, how's the progress?
Yeah.
Do we have the costume?
Worst case scenario, will you do me a favor? We had a friend named Jared, who I've said every year since I've known him.
It's true. Yeah, it's our
That
record.
if he will just, all he has to do is grow his beard out, or like really, he just has to wear a suit. I was like, wear a suit and go as the Duke. No, Duke. Well, what's the character from Fear and Loathing? The lawyer, the attorney.
The lawyer. Yeah.
Samoan?
Samoan, yeah.
Benicio del Toro.
Go as Benicio del Toro's character, and I will shave the fucking shoehorn
And go as Hunter S.
and go as Hunter S. Thompson. Like, I got that whole thing down. I just need a fucking second, because no one remembers that shit anymore. He never does it. And I'm like, dude, I will fucking shave my head for this. He's like, because that's what he sounds like.
Man, all I would have to do is just not cut my hair, and I could be the Hunter S. Thompson
Sure,
part
sure.
of it. That's so sad, Dad.
Thanks, Jeans.
Halloween's very
it's
sad
coming
that
naturally.
way. I've always wanted to dress up big, and I never ever do it.
I get way over the top. Like this year, I
Yeah.
was the one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater, and I like
Fuck yeah.
painted a giant eye on my face and painted my body purple. And it was
Yeah.
just to like hand out candy at a friend's house.
Yeah.
So
I know
what we
you
can
used to
basically
think-
gather from you is you have a body paint thing.
I love just painting myself up like monsters. I really do. I have
Yeah.
a lot of photos of that.
Duly noted.
For years back in the day, you always said you wanted to go as the Burger King for Halloween. Did you
Oh, I
ever do
forgot
that?
about that.
Oh, that's a
He was
that's
terrifying.
he was
Yeah.
terrifying.
I would love to be that.
there was that
That's a good
game.
unisex
There was that
concept.
game
Creep
for a
Sneaking.
while.
Yeah.
Sneaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so creepy.
I picked it up at a pawn shop for like $1. It was
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
That's 50% off.
It's just like you just like
God,
sneak
I
up
really
and
wanna
offer
be that
sandwiches to
again now.
people.
It's,
Yeah.
I mean,
He
like,
was so scary.
if you start
takes a
working on the
sandwich
mask
from
right now, the
somebody?
rest of it should be pretty easy. You know?
Especially that guy.
If anyone
Yeah.
finds it for me.
You know, so
I don't want your
that guy-
cold burger, you weirdo.
Yeah. How long have you been carrying
Actually, you know what? I'm
this?
kind of hungry. Okay, I'll eat
Yeah.
it.
Okay, sure. It's a double? Sweet.
So you never did go as the Burger King.
I didn't.
I think you
Yes.
pull it off.
Is this year the Burger King year?
I really want a weekend at Bernie's here, but if I could find a Burger King mask, I would definitely scare children. Oh, by the way,
Look, you have a plan and a backup
Yes.
plan.
by the way,
This
this
is gonna
year
be the
at
best
Halloween,
Halloween.
I just want to tell you about the blatant racism that happened in Travis Heights. I saw not one, but 2 kids in blackface.
Blackface. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like straight up, one of them was not wearing black. You know the green suit that Charlie wears for It's Always Sunny, the Green Man suit. One
Yeah,
of them was
yeah.
wearing a full black suit of that with a giant clock around his neck and a crown, and he was Flava Flav. He was with a white family. He
Yeah.
was a white child in a black suit. I
Yeah.
was like, are you serious?
And that sounds like it's the parent's idea
Oh,
because
yeah,
the
'cause he
kid
was
is an
tiny.
old
He was
Yeah.
Flava
better, yeah.
Flav.
Yeah,
like-
how's the kid gonna know
No,
who
the kid
Flava
was like
Flav
5
is?
years old. I was like, this is not
Oh.
okay.
No, ain't no 5-year-old knows
Knows what
Public
Flava
Enemy.
Flav-
Like it's
So they just put him in a black suit.
or even Flavor of Love for that matter. Like, I mean, it's
hopefully not.
Right,
God,
Thank you, Tammy.
I don't know.
I need a
NWO is kind of like nursery rhymes these days.
You know
So
what, man?
last chance. Yeah.
Shall I?
Yeah, goodness. Oh, sorry.
No, after you.
She got me.
Oh,
Tammy
may I do a
knows
Jameson,
things.
please? Thank you so much.
I'll do a shot.
Just a shot, please. Thank you, man.
Dude, that's some bullshit.
It
Oh,
was
that's
so
super-
weird. It was like
Yeah.
a really
Can I get
nice
a water?
neighborhood.
Can you Also,
Thank you.
ain't no damn white kid pulling off Flavor Flav ever.
Yes, why not? It'll get drank for sure.
Should I take a shot?
Some
No, I don't
bullshit,
need a shot.
yeah.
Maybe a couple years from now when they're both in diapers, you know? Have a,
What
have
other
a,
shots
have
are
a
they
baby
all
as Flavor
doing?
Flav.
No. No. Ain't no white. Yeah, I say it's not gonna be a white baby.
If it wasn't such an expensive
I'm okay.
all,
costume,
Thank you.
all looking like Winston Churchill and shit.
Yeah.
Because that's what white babies look like.
if
Yeah,
it wasn't
that's
such an
right.
expensive costume, I would like to get a group of people and just go as like everyone just pick a Game of Thrones character and go. But like,
Who would be your topless blonde? Travis.
That's what's funny.
Naturally.
Colleen goes,
Purely.
I want to be one of Khaleesi's dragons. She wants to put on like a giant like dragon suit.
I love her.
Yeah.
That's great.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah, but I mean, like everyone would have to buy like fucking leather jerkins and greaves. I mean, good lord.
And that's the problem. It's like I think the same thing. Like every year, I wanted to do something just over the top and just had fun with it. But by the time
cheap,
it's
yeah.
not cheap. It's nowhere cheap. You know,
I had
like
a friend who went as what's his
investment.
face, Khaleesi's original husband, like super
Khal Drogo?
went as him and
Yeah.
like pulled it off. He
he
owns
literally
this, like,
pull it off?
one of the
Because
best
that'd be
vegan
gross.
trailers in Austin. So of course he's like, you know, no fat on him at all. And I remember him coming in the highball just like ripped, and all these girls.
So Ben, Ben,
Oh,
Ben,
they
you can do
threw
that one
up.
then, yeah? I
Yeah,
mean,
they threw
yeah,
up
they
because
threw
they were
up.
so
Yeah.
grossed out by
So
how
That was
gross.
a
beautiful
lot of
his body
spray
was.
tan.
Yeah,
A lot of
we're
spray
going
tan.
to have to put a wig on
Yeah,
you,
he's
and we're
not-
going to have to put you in brown face. So that's kind of racist.
brown face is okay.
I'm okay with
for
that.
some reason.
Just not black.
Yeah, just not blackface.
You can get yourself a
All
tan.
right.
It's like you accidentally put on darker makeup.
right, right.
How are you on stilts?
What the deal is?
All of this needs to be cut out.